the controller's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're live. Yep. Yay, welcome to Thursday. I'm gonna bring you into Friday. We've got some interesting topics to talk about tonight. We'll see if I can get it out. In addition to the weather for the South by Southwest. All that good stuff coming up. It looks like we're playing the game. I've really developed a phobia toward it because I can't figure out how to do things quick enough. And then the gators get me. It's a stressful game. Are you mad at me or something?
No. It's a good game.
Alright, what are my functions here? Forgot all the things I can do. How do I grab stuff? You have something in the way? Where am I? Oh, up there. What's up there? It's not a tunnel. Tunnels are lit up. Okay, how do I grab bats? Do you remember?
X, I think.
No, that's eating them.
Isn't that how you grab them too, though?
Gotta figure out how to do things again.
I don't know if there's a timer on that when the water comes.
Whoa, he just popped out of something cross-shaped.
Hold still bet.
And ate it again.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where he keeps them. Remember?
The sand countries. This is gonna be Lewis's.
Scared me.
Lewis's quote-unquote best friend's gonna hold a grenade also. Hey, you wanna try a grenade also, son?
I'm gonna cover some emulation stuff real fast.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You got the first story. Camera bags is, of course, all about the emulation. Get down in there.
Called that Absolute 3D One. It's a handheld you can get right now with an Intel chip in it. It does 3D without glasses and has eye trackers to sense where your face is at and facing to adjust it to keep it in 3D, keep you from getting sick as much. Really good technology, but has the same drawback just about every device that they've made that has 3D in it, is it's not capable of running it. They keep putting it on these chips that can barely run the game in 2D. I would say if you buy one of these, you're going to need an eGPU in order to get it to run correctly.
Interesting handheld PC that's ever been made. It's such a crazy idea. Actually, it's not just one idea, but like 7 ideas. It's got this huge screen that feels more like you're holding a tablet or a little TV than a handheld. You can attach a keyboard and use it like a laptop. The controllers come off and you can use those wiggle switch style or shove them into this thing and make it into a big controller. It's powerful. You can play games looking real nice and smooth. And its most interesting part is this button here. This is the 3D button, and it literally makes your games look 3D on the screen. Glasses free 3D. I can't show it to you in this video. It's not gonna look like anything to you, but I'll try to explain it in a bit. But it doesn't just make 3D games look 3D. It can apply that 3D effect to anything, even retro games, even freaking YouTube videos. But it's also been a roller coaster of emotions reviewing this thing. There are some serious issues that get in the way of me having fun with the 3D stuff. I've had ups and downs. Some stuff is amazing and some stuff has problems. Depending on what you want, this might be the best handheld ever for you, or it might fall flat on its face. Not literally, I hope, because that would break it.
So the 3D anything works pretty well. It's an AI algorithm that runs on your screen. Basically it crops in the image slightly.
There's a bat. How do I get the bat? Oh shit. That's the wrong way.
This is Tech Dweeb we're listening to.
First and first mostly, let's cover the specs and the price. This thing is rocking the Intel
Cool.
Core
I ate
Ultra 7
two things.
258V chip. You get 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM, a 1TB NVMe SSD. The screen is basically 11 inches, 2560 by 1600 resolution, up to 120 Hz refresh rate, and obviously it's a magical glasses-free 3D screen. There's magic in there. And we also get Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, 100-watt charging, and a 50-watt-hour battery. Wait, did I read that right? That's
So basically it has pretty good specs as far as the chip goes, the display goes. The battery's kind of small, fast charging, big screen, which you're going to need for the 3D, because the bigger the screen the better the effect. Glasses free 3D, all that stuff's really cool. One thing you should be aware of is the YouTube videos and stuff like that that are not meant for 3D. It only works really well if there's a foreground, background, middle ground, and like good perspective. You can leave it on and just let it do whatever it wants, but sometimes if there's like a banner ad or something like that, it just doesn't know what to do with things.
Oh shit. Gator.
Overall, it's impressive what they can do. Would be a good chip for emulation and things like that. but more impressive is the display on it. So like I said, eGPU would solve it. So the one's the Odin 3 Story 2.
Because with the chipset that we have here, it's something that we actually haven't seen in a full-fledged handheld just yet. When it comes down to it, this is AYN's most powerful ARM-based handheld to date. They've also added some really awesome features, like a 6-inch OLED display up to 120 Hz, full-size Hall-based analog sticks, and you can get this in what they're calling the Ultra version with up to 24 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of internal storage.
Do I
I've
want
got
to
the Max
hibernate
version
yet?
Here, which offers
Do you have enough bats?
Yeah. Oh, it just started shaking.
Yeah.
So, yep. Perfect timing. I mean, I should. I caught 2 big bugs. A bat and a bug.
Yep. You got enough.
Just in time for the rain.
This is ETA Prime we're listening to.
16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage, which I think is
How do I
plenty
pause
for a
this?
handheld like this. And they are offering a few
Do you want
different
to play
color
the next
variants.
level?
They've got a black, white, rainbow, and I guess they're calling it rainbow because of the colored buttons. There's also a clear blue and a clear purple. Now these are mainly transparent on the side and the rear. There's not much transparency up front with that atomic purple and clear blue. With the atomic purple version, around back here, you can see that we
So 16 gigs of RAM and Snapdragon X Elite processor are a really good pairing for this. You're not going to have any issues with any emulation. You might struggle to get Vita 3K running, but you might struggle with that anyways. The one benefit of this is you can run things like Steam. So you can play your Steam games on here. And you can play some games that have no business running on a chip this small, but they do pretty good. And one benefit of this handheld is it's an air-cooled device, so you don't have to worry about it heating up too hot and getting too hot to damage your things. You just gotta learn how to emulate on Android. Third story is the last and final Android device, last handheld. This device is the Ioneo Pocket S.
You see me okay?
Oh shit, there's a gator.
Does it run Crisis? Yeah. Benchmark
There's
needs
2
to run
gators.
Cell decks.
Okay, I don't want to play
That's right.
anymore. I don't want to play anymore.
You can make it out. You made it out worse. They'll go fight each other, distract each other.
Absolute monsters. This isn't cool. He knows I'm there.
I didn't know they'd do that. Oh, there he goes, finally.
No, he's just probably repositioning. Or learning how to climb. Eating the ground.
There they go.
Good. Oh. I can't get up. I can't get up. What do I do?
Climb up one in a jump.
There's a bug. There's where he went. Come here, you thing. Oh no.
What about that one over there? Left.
Oh. Get your ass back here. This isn't right. I don't know, my whole controller shook. There's gotta be a bat somewhere.
Yes.
There they are.
Absolutely.
Bats.
Okay, so you might have seen me unbox this yesterday on the
I get one?
podcast on our channel. If not, check that out, and that'll give you just an idea of what's in the box. Basically, it's just this 8-way floating D-pad. So it's swappable D-pads, which is really cool, and then you have this little tool to swap it out.
So the swappable D-pads, I wouldn't recommend the little clip-on. It's fine how it is without it. This is a Snapdragon G3X Gen 2. It's only a 60 Hz screen, but one of the things that's beneficial
There's all
about
the
this
bats.
is you can
And the gators.
do USB-C out to any display you want. Put it to 120 Hz or anything like that. But the benefit of this is you can run it at 1440p on the device itself. So you can set up your emulator and all that stuff to run at 1440p. So when you plug it into any display, it's already set up. You don't have to change anything. Just saves a little time. Keeps the graphics at its peak.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck somewhere, and I don't know where to go.
Up that one there. Just get back on that where you were. That's how you've been up there before. This is retro handhelds you're listening to.
Out. Now I tried this a little bit, and it's not really for me. It works fine, it's well enough, but I don't know. When I use my Xbox Elite controller, I also
that's a
use it
gator.
that way,
That's
so
a gator.
we'll probably stick
And
with
I
just
have
the
no
full
place to
today.
go.
You do have removable
where
joystick
he's
caps,
at.
which is nice. So if you have bigger INEO joysticks or swap outs, here's the connection it uses.
I forgot my way
you
home.
can get some bigger stick caps on.
That's not good.
We have today with us not Rob, but we do have
Okay.
Andrew, who's basically Rob, but with red hair. Andrew?
Wouldn't go that far.
No,
I don't have
Think
my
so.
own YouTube channel.
you do now, technically. I won't say anything.
There's nothing there.
Okay,
It's
well,
only created for the sole purpose of you asking me to create it.
I wanted to tag somebody.
You can tag something. It's probably not okay for me
Like
to say
you-
on
Oh, I
live
need
stream.
one more bug.
That's fair. Okay, so this runs the new Snapdragon G3 Gen 3. This is a brand new chipset for us. We have not benchmarked before, and
Oh,
it's
crap,
the
and
latest
it's about
greatest
to rain.
in just performance. Now, this one is available now from INEO on their.
The best benefit of this versus the other device, this still plays Steam. Doesn't have the newest chipset, newest GPU driver.
Dang it.
But the benefit of that is the newer device actually doesn't have any turnip driver support, so you actually might get better emulation on some emulators for maybe like Switch or
Crap, it's about to rain, and I need a bug.
for sure like PS Vita. But the compatibility and the ability to get things running better, the support for more games. Until that newer device gets turnip drivers, which has been over a year now, and there's not any yet. So if you're looking for something now, this is your best bet.
Crap,
Who
it's about to
knows?
rain.
Who knows if the next ones are coming?
Ain't no bugs.
Indiegogo, and we'll take a look real quick
Didn't
what
you
they have going.
There's a
three?
bat.
You only get two.
Okay,
Up
so
there,
so
but I don't
far
know how
the
to get
funding
there.
goal is up to
Oh, I didn't know I could crawl across
$83,000.
these.
This is Pocket S2. There's a Pro model, which I have here, and also the non-Pro. The one I have here is the 512 gigabyte and 16 gig RAM SKU. You also have other options here, starting at
Oh, I'm about to die.
$439, which is nice to have a lower price point there. That's going to be the more basic. It's the non-Pro. The non-Pro meaning it doesn't have that 8-way disc swap out, as well as a few other spec differences. And going up to about $500, you S2, you can get the white model here or the black. And that's going to be 8 gigs plus 12 plus, what was that? 12 gigs plus 256. And these are shipping in July, by the way. Moving on up, you have 560.
Well, I finally caught
for
the
the next
last
model
bug.
up. That's going to give you 16 gigs plus 512.
Toast.
And that's the Pro line. And now moving on up to the retro color option here, which is really the best looking in my opinion, but it will cost you a pretty penny. $600, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage, and there's lots of options here. Moving on to the $700 price point, this one's going to have a 16 gig and 1 terabyte configuration. And if you really want the VDuck, which is, I mean, come on, what's the most fun looking? Look at this freaking thing, it's ridiculous. This one has 16 gigs plus 1 terabyte and $700. And if I were to back this, I would probably be crazy enough to order that one. Look at that thing. There is even a higher speed, so if you want to go even higher, if you really want to deck the thing out, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte, RP model here, retro power.
Play the game.
This is
Yeah.
the early bird.
Yeah, I don't want to play this anymore. Controller is soaking wet.
There's a lot of SKUs. There's also early bird versus, you know,
The game
regular
does for me.
retail pricing. So just take a look at the different tier options. If it's for you, it does ship in July. And if you've been around the block for a while, INEO Indiegogos, they come and go, and then the next model's released, you know. So, and then also remember, generally, the batch 1 units, sometimes you have some QA concerns. So far, in my initial testing, I'm not seeing any major glaring issues with this, but I will report back anything that I see. And I'm always a little leery of early batch stuff, but as long as we can get this right in batch 1 and then batch 2, they just, you know, do some minor adjustments, that'd be really good. It's available, of course, in your description at reach-go.link/INEO Pocket S2 IGG. Clickable there. It is affiliate, of course, and it's no extra cost
Nightmares. Little
to you.
nightmares.
All right, guys. Well, Andrew, did I miss anything on the specs?
Played this the other night.
No, I think
Didn't
it
like
sounds
it.
pretty good.
All right. Well, that's the chip, anyways. Also, if you're wondering about the battery life, this one is increased from the original Pocket Go line. It is at
So it's, if you get the regular
It's a long
Pocket
story.
S2, it's 8,000 milliamp hour. And
Okay.
then with 40 watt power delivery charging speeds. And then if you get the S2 Pro, it's 10,000 milliamp hours with a 60 watt power delivery charging speeds. So
okay.
you get the those are the three. The other main difference between the S2 Pro and the S2 is the weight,
Yeah.
because of the larger battery. So the S2 Pro is 440 grams, whereas the S2 is 428.
Okay.
My story next. Okay, so someone died after going to a hospital for relatively routine procedure nowadays, organ transplant, and they came out with rabies. So this is actually the 13th time this has happened in the United States since 1978. I did a little research because I was interested. I mean, thought that was a one-off, but it turns out when someone is like scratched, like in this case, a skunk scratched somebody, and then they died later, but they had already agreed to donate, and so that kidney became used, and then that patient died. But in past cases, it's been like 3 or 4 at one time. And they'll donate everything from cornea to body organs, and everybody gets rabies. I was researching rabies this past summer. I found that they use ketamine as a effective treatment, one of the few effective treatments. This lady didn't realize she had it, and they ended up putting her in a coma. Yeah, I don't know, it's frozen. Putting her in a coma, giving her antivirals and ketamine, the entire time she was in the coma. And she lived. Thought that was interesting. I thought I had a rabies scare last year around this time. Was it November? Or was it September? Camera bags had to go on a little vacation. And while he was gone, don't you know, cat got into it with a possum and broke it up, and the cat scratched me. I didn't come into contact with any possum. So everybody was saying, well, there isn't a chance you could have it. But, it's like, but what? But what? So, all the way through, like, February last year, I was just tiptoeing through life like today might be the day when I develop symptoms. Because there should be a 0% chance. But then, I mean, I started thinking, what if the cat had just scratched the possum who had rabies? And then it scratched me. It got me good. You want to do another story? Another news story. Mine are all nature related. His are... This is a new game I've never played. I don't want to do a story, you do a story. What is this?
Oh, Midnite.
Some kind of action game? Puzzle game?
Puzzling.
Captain Action jumps and folds out his parachute. Pew, pew! Take that, Dr. Dread. Hey, Dad, do you ever parachute on your job?
Huh? No, not really.
Yeah, you would be too scared to parachute off a building, Dad.
Leave your dad alone, honey. You don't need to parachute when you sell houses.
Well, Maureen, when I grow old, I want a job where you have to parachute.
What? Oh, crap!
Wake up.
So is that a listening exercise? I failed.
Wake up! Come on, you lazy bum. Wake up!
Oh, you. Go away. I'm sleeping.
Not anymore, you ain't.
You're right. There are fears to fight and a hero never sleeps. Oh, right. Let me guess. No fears to face? As always. Go home, bird. I need a drink. Where's my ice? Cerebrum cider. I'm not drinking that without ice.
Find ice for your drink.
My scrapbook. As soon as I find ice, I'm coming back to you.
I'm not even getting a nice to see you, or how have you been? It's been forever. You know, I have something important to tell you, buddy.
Unless it's about the ice machine, I'm not interested. Also, I'm not your buddy anymore. Leave me alone. Where's the synapse battery for my icebox? It won't work without
Oh,
it.
good lord.
The ice machine is missing a synapse battery.
I
The ice
examined it.
machine is missing a synapse battery.
Plug in something into the.
Would it be back this way, I guess? Like, I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Wait, what was that?
What was what?
That blinking thing go up. That blue thing.
I already clicked it.
What is it?
It built me the bridge. Keep up. Oh, this looks like it.
A synapse battery might become useful.
What is this, a furry?
The ice machine is missing a synapse battery. There we go. Nice. Let's get it back to my rocking chair and I'm good.
You do remember I'm called Piper, right?
Whatever, Turkey Tit. Now for a... Wait, where's my drink now? Pretty sure... My scrapbook. Where did it go?
You lost it, friend.
What? Leave my scrapbook alone!
It's mine now. So loosen up.
Give that back! That book is mine!
Eventually, we all lose everything.
That's what I was trying to say. Something's totally messed up in the mind. We need it back, Dusty.
Screw the mind. I need my photos back.
What am I supposed to do with this guy?
For you, my friend. Dark, devouring despair. Served ice cold.
That doesn't look good.
Looks like that's the way to go.
No way. Whoa! I'm stuck! Certainly.
You gotta push B. Nope.
Ugh. Nightmare creatures. If I hadn't thrown away my sword...
It must be around here somewhere.
Find the sword.
I can't go up that way. The elevator is missing a part.
Oh, good lord.
Up over there.
That way?
Maybe you're right.
More of these twirlers.
Nope.
What are those anyway?
Don't care. Need to get through it.
Uh-oh. That ain't good. What the-
Nothing up there.
No. Oh.
The mind's reward system just released a bunch of endorphins.
Endorphins. Nice.
Keep collecting
this is where I left my trusty sword.
Yeah, go at him swinging!
How do I swing? Ew.
So I think it's you swinging to get him in
So
the head.
this is where I left my trusty
Stand
sword.
further back on the
Yeah,
bridge.
go at him
Swing his head
swinging!
down, then slam him in the head. Slam him in the head, yeah. Back, back, back some.
He like regains health though. A little bit.
Your arm still works.
Another one.
Nuh-uh. Certainly not. Mm-mm. Definitely not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I feel it in my skull. A brainstorm is coming. Brainstorm, I tell you.
Mm-mm.
You don't need the weatherman to know which way the wind blows. I
Certainly
feel
not.
it in my skull. A brainstorm is coming.
There has to be something over there.
Definitely not. Nah. Definitely not.
Why can't I get it
Certainly
anything?
not. Uh-uh.
Brainstorm, I tell you.
No way. Definitely not. Certainly not. Definitely not. Nope. Certainly not. Nope. Certainly not. Definitely not. I'll keep this until I find my scrapbook. Nope.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Looking for the
Need a
scrapbook.
weatherman to know which way the wind blows.
Nope. Nope. Definitely not.
You can't pick up or interact with
not.
anything.
Nope. Nope.
Wrong button.
Nope.
That's where I came from, wasn't it? Oh, I know what to do. I'll carry this big old thing around.
Nope.
Alright, which way did the nightmare go?
Hey, Dusty, check out the endurance neurons spinning around that tree.
Yeah, I could actually really use a refreshment.
Then go hit it, man.
That hit the spot.
I guess I'm already full. I can save that one.
Nope.
hoping that might happen. Uh-oh. But he's just gonna pop up somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
More bad guys. Hit them with your best shot.
Like smacking a gopher. Whack-a-mole.
Definitely not.
Hold down X for a attack. Hold it down. Let go.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Kill him faster. So you hold it.
No
and
way.
Hit the ground and you let go. Instead of stand at a good distance. Or they're close.
I thought there was another one popping up. One more.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I want that elixir. Oh, battery. Now what needs a battery?
I don't know.
Was it this thing?
Definitely not.
Oh, it's well past midnight. We can do the weather. South by southwest.
Look at there.
Do you like today?
Isn't that a forgotten memory on that island?
Tomorrow will be
Yeah,
okay.
remembering.
About
What about
5
it?
degrees cooler everywhere.
Let's go get it. Might make you reconnect with the mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Go get that. So everybody stays above freezing except Angel Fire. Light freeze. You're gonna get to 31 as your low. Yep, about 5 degrees cooler, no precip. Sunny skies. And that is for Dallas, Oklahoma City, Albuquerque, Colorado Springs, Wichita, Marfa. I think I said them all.
Want to do your second story?
Huh? What did you say?
Want to do your second story?
Oh, okay. Give me a second.
Cool looking game.
Oh, you sad old discarded creature. Have you lost your breath?
I'm saving my step for kicking your butt.
Throw up your hands in sadness and lose yourself in the madness. Stand
second story is
Onwards to save the mine.
everybody's out to get the eastern red cedar, especially in Oklahoma. So ticks, they sure do like the humid domes underneath, like second story
Cerebrum
growth.
City. Remember this place, Dusty?
I'm not here for a
In
trip down
forests.
memory lane.
They also
Bird.
like
I'm here to
wetlands
find that thieving bastard.
and paths, places where they know animals cross, can sense it. But scientists found. I need to pause this. How do I pause it?
Stop moving.
Okay.
Get up there and catch him.
Scientists found that there's significant tick population underneath the humid domes of the eastern red cedars in Oklahoma. So you can imagine everybody's gonna be getting rid of those. But honestly, they live everywhere. Anyways, they're spreading. Nothing's gonna stop them now. Spread. They come for us, and we're spreading. So when we spread, they're gonna spread. That's how I see it. You can whack off the understory of the red cedars. This is a short-term solution. But the Lone Star tick, its area in which it operates is growing.
Whew. Damn stairs.
So one time I do use pesticides is when I'm camping. Because when you're at rest, your guard is completely down. You're on the ground.
Now I have you, crook.
And then you can't eat red meat.
May your days be soiled in dread and despair.
Don't want that to happen. I don't much care for fish.
Gate. It looks so strange. Mayor Relic!
Piper, you brought back something old and musty. Your presence brings me joy, old Dusty.
Mayor, what the heck happened here?
Trauma in the conscious mind.
He's getting
The
into a
nightmares
whole
have
bunch of
come
stuff.
unconfined. They've seized our lands without remorse. We hide in fear behind closed doors.
That's why the mayor sent me to find you.
So a few nightmares escaped the gate and you're scared, huh? I'm not your guard anymore, Mayor. I'm only here to beat that thief and get my stuff back.
You have been unneeded for long, my friend, but the mind now needs your aid again.
Yeah.
You been watching chat?
Needs my aid.
I have not.
The mind stopped
What game
challenging
is this?
itself.
Figment.
I've been forgotten.
I cannot
What
blame
up?
you for feeling so rotten.
So, do you know why the gate acts strange?
You need to make that
We
chat
can't go
larger. It's
through.
really hard to
Too
read
much
it.
fear came through the gate and left it in an altered state.
Enough gibberish. How do we fix it so I can get my scrapbook back?
It's on YouTube.
If you
Yep.
must, the
Big
gate's
screen that.
reversed.
Twitch
The
is
flow
dead.
again must be reversed.
Bye-bye, Twitch window.
Defeating a nightmare, I'll confess, should put an end to all this mess.
So beating up a single loose nightmare could reverse the gate? Okay, Mayor. Where do I find one?
A gangly corpse slinkered by and disappeared into Freedom Isles. Creative thoughts now drown in gas. This seedling here should clear your path.
What is E? Which one's E?
With all that rhyming, this
I
better
pushed
work,
A.
old man.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming
It
too.
was trying
I
to
love the right
do
side
it
of
for
the mine.
keyboard.
Can I not go in?
I don't know.
Mayor Relic's house. Can't say I've missed coming here.
Used all the actions I could use. Why did I come all the way up there?
Nope.
Why can't I pick the light bulb balloon?
When the mind was young, everything was much easier. It never rained. Those were the days.
I'm not lowering myself to do anything about such things as nightmares. What's below me?
Laughter is always the best medicine.
I get Figment 2 as well. I got Figment 2 on Android.
My problem is I don't pay attention to the instructions.
Hurry! Do something now! There's stuff to do! Come on!
Knocking and running.
The mic's in a rough state, but what you gonna do about it?
Oh, I just ran in a circle. House of what?
When the mind was young, everything was much easier. And it never rained. Those were the
Which one am I
days.
supposed to find?
I don't know.
Let's go back and check.
What's up with that one?
Gotta go back up and check what I'm supposed to be doing. Ask this dude again. Speak to me.
I'm not giving that away. Waiting are your tests and trials. Fare now well to Freedom Isles.
Miles. I think I need something for the time machine. Explore everywhere real quick.
Certainly not.
How can I use it? Do you got another story?
Nope. Level 1 links with
It's
friends.
Friday the 12th. It's 12/12/25. That's fun because the international people can't yell about it being the wrong order.
That's when the Anunnaki was showing.
No, the 3-Eye Atlas, it didn't bother sending us any radio signals or any kind of like, hello.
How do I get these?
Well,
Am I supposed to be
we now
getting
have
them?
aliens to look forward to, but we do have robot
Definitely not.
overlords to look forward to. And all of those dumb questions that you asked ChatGPT, maybe you tried to be a little sexy with it, maybe you admitted some embarrassing things to
You
it.
wanna play?
Well, New York Times is about to know.
OpenAI loses its fight
Play a
against
different game.
ChatGPT log's secret and
Huh?
copyright case.
I'll play a different
The
game.
judge has said, it's like, we've got all
Okay.
this stuff in place to protect, the chat logs. Because the argument that the chat logs
What
couldn't
is
be
it?
anonymized wasn't completely lost on the judge, but he still didn't buy it. He's like, no, you guys can anonymize these, but we still want to see the contents of the
Something to put in a
the-
gear shaft.
the chat logs to make sure that people aren't using
You got any
OpenAI to
ideas?
reproduce New York Times articles.
I'm just wondering.
If OpenAI is earnest in their arguments that they otherwise would not log this,
Here,
they shouldn't, because it's too dangerous. It's literally an empire of oily rags.
About one. It's about
But
About
I
my
don't know
shut
that
it down
that's a
time.
genuine argument from them. But the judge also doesn't understand guarantee you this is going to be at some point. See also like the jury things. Like, oh, we can't even keep juror identity secret from the last episode.
And that, surprisingly, is not
I
their
just started
biggest
yawning.
problem. The biggest problem
Playing my
is
caffeine.
overnight they lost their top spot.
OpenAI declares code red as Google catches up in the AI race. This is a Verge headline.
Cut it off 8 hours ago.
This also comes on the heels of like they had just started trialing ads, which we'll have another article about in the pay-for version of ChatGPT, including the $200 a month one. They put that on pause because Google has showed up with Gemini, and Gemini is awesome. But the other thing that is insane
What else you got to play?
with the awesome Gemini that Google has is Google has their own TPU hardware. So Google has their own hardware and they have their own software stack, and they're giving OpenAI a run for their money. Ooh, trouble in paradise.
That's not the only thing they've shut down. They've shut down pretty much every other initiative. Ads, shopping, health, personal assistant, and Pulse are all paused. Everybody needs to work on being better than Gemini right now. I'm not sure you can just put all that labor toward that, but
Yeah, we should have put in the Aider leaderboard. You keep an eye on that from time to time. It has all the paid. I wish that Aider had the leaderboard for like the AI that
What
you
are
can run
you
locally at any size, even like a billion parameter stuff, and then ones you have to pay for, because I think Gemini was still really expensive, even though it's
You
scoring
getting
really
screened?
well. And then like number 3 or 4, it's like, oh, the $100 task on Gemini is $1.53 on like the DeepSeek API, which is sort of funny.
And yes, they are bringing out ads, but they claim, no, you don't know what an ad is.
The era of ads in ChatGPT begins. Users are furious as even $200 a month Pro subscribers hit with app suggestions. Seems to have been put on pause. If you're still getting these, comment below. But I don't think this is happening at any subscriber level at this point.
So Canva, the Canva app was recommended, and somebody screenshotted it and called them out. And they're like, no, that's not an ad. That's just a legitimate recommendation. You can't call it an ad. Please don't. And Amazon is looking to get you off the
What is
cloud.
this?
Have we just turned up 180 on everything now?
I think I just asked
Amazon
you that.
challenges competitors with on-premise NVIDIA AI
Didn't
factory.
make sense, so I asked
This
you
is
again.
This headline is terrible. I don't know. You got to explain this a different way. Amazon is noticing that people are not wanting to run stuff in Amazon because Amazon is the most expensive cloud option there is, period. And people are finally waking
How
up
long you been
noticing.
playing it?
It's amazing, like the startup roundtable
maybe
stuff.
an hour.
A lot of the startups are noticing that Amazon is like not the thing that you want to deploy in because of cost. And so what Amazon is doing here
First
is
person,
saying,
shoot 'em up.
we'll let you use our management infrastructure
person.
for free or near free to run on your own hardware. So if you have data center space and you have compute, you can hit a few buttons, deploy our stuff, and then use our tooling on your hardware. And then we are not billing you, Amazon is not billing you for the stuff that runs on your own hardware. And that's maybe not unreasonable.
And you don't have to use NVIDIA. You can use Amazon's own
Oh yeah,
chips.
Amazon has their Trainium stuff, so you can use NVIDIA or Trainium. Yeah, that's a good point, because Amazon
Who
may
made
have
this game?
stuff. I mean, like Graviton, they just roll out a new version of Graviton, and the cost per unit compute on Graviton is cheaper than anything you can get on x86.
And we have our weekly I trusted AI with everything, and it did something unexpected story, which no one should be surprised about, and yet we are continually surprised.
Google anti-gravity vibe codes users' entire drive out of existence. So it was
I
trying
ignored
to,
the instructions.
erase the project and start over, or do like a git
Lock
reset
them out.
hard. It ended up
I don't know
formatting
why.
his D drive.
No, it was deleting a cache.
Or yeah,
That's what it wanted to do, and just took the root drive right out with it. And then he talked to it after, and he was like, "What have you done?" And it was like, "Oh God, I'm sorry." You know, that's always the AI is always so apologetic. It's like, "What? I did do that. I'm sorry." Oopsie. I mean, at least we have that from the real ones. And New York is
Follow
the
that
first
marker.
and only state, I believe, which is trying to get ahead of predictive pricing, which definitely seems like a thing that we're all going to have to deal with.
New York law could set the stage for AI regulation's next big battleground. The New York Times seems to be asleep at the wheel because there's
So are
lots
you
of
both of
discovery
those
from lots
players?
of court cases
No,
against
that's
Amazon
my backup.
that strongly
Okay.
suggests in my mind that Amazon is literally already doing this.
And real pages,
Yeah.
they were like
I like her
overtly
dress.
doing it.
So like using AI to figure out what you're willing to pay and then charge you for it.
And AI is so good that you now have to wonder, is what you're watching created by a human? Does it matter? Well, in some cases it does. And what are you going to do about it? It's kind of like the drug testing now. You have to watch them. You have to look at the cup while it's happening.
Mid-sized game company in Japan asks potential recruits to draw in front of them to avoid a generative AI fraud. It's like, we want an art director that can actually draw. Can you please draw for us? This does not seem unreasonable, but the story and the write-up is like, it's gotten so, like, so many people are applying for these art directors, we don't know if they're actually an artist that can art. I'm sure Krista would have some thoughts.
I bet within the next year,
Yep, I'm tired.
if this comes to America, we'll get a Americans with Disabilities Act case. It's like, oh, this is just a tool that I use. You can't prevent me from doing that.
I should see if I can get some college student interns to make a wearable glove with like little shock things in it, and it's like, here's my drawing assist glove, and the AI is just shocking my muscles in the right way to make me move my hand to draw.
And the UN is really good at issuing reports of the most obvious thing in the world.
AI's impact could worsen gaps between the world's rich and the world's poor, a UN report says. Yeah, I mean, look, if you look at how Amazon runs its business, it literally just wants to pry open your wallet and take money and not give you anything. Like, that's what is going to happen. I think that if individuals use AI to do things and they have the agency to do that, it's going to be really amazing and transformational, but I don't know that that's where we're going to end up.
If the UN is worried about wealth inequality, I would recommend that they look at debt-based economy. I don't think there's anything that's contributed more to that.
You can
in history.
zoom.
This must have been quite a city once upon a time.
And
Too bad vegetation's claimed most of
the
it now.
stigma of AI is disappearing because humans will take the path of least resistance. We're tool users. That's what we do. That's how we got to where we are. People are going to do it,
Nothing to
even though they
report.
probably shouldn't.
From taboo to tool, 30% of
What's the
people
chat
in the
say?
UK use AI
Huh?
tools
What's the
in
chat
patient
saying?
consultations, study finds.
Nothing. That was you.
I'm not 100% against that, but how are they using it?
Feeling nice
Is
has
the
no
question.
bearing on
If you have a doctor that's like Dr. House and they're talking to the AI and they have a really adversarial relationship with the AI, and the actual talented doctor is just using it as a rubber duck to talk through their ideas, that seems reasonable. If they're talking to the AI and the AI is like, you should do this, and it's like, gee, AI, that sounds good, let's do that, and they're just using it as a crutch to not think, then that's much more worrying.
And I think we should get a copy of everything.
Yeah.
That would be a big part of making me more comfortable with it. Well, rest in peace, Kit Kat. He will never be forgotten, and someday, if I can possibly help it, he will be avenged. But now there is a new horror.
Waymo hits a dog in San Francisco, reigniting safety debate. Yeah, this is after the cat is what you're the bodega cat is what you're referring to.
Kit Kat,
Yeah.
he died. We don't know if the dog died. The dog has not been found. But they were sure it hit the dog because the family inside, it was so hilarious because it was like Norman Rockwell. It was like a family of 5 coming back from a Christmas tree lighting. The most wholesome thing that you could imagine. And they just, thump thump hit this dog. Waymo hilariously, in every response to media, every press release, they pointed out it's an unleashed dog. Very important that we say that it's an unleashed dog. But it didn't seem like the car tried to stop him.
Yeah, I want to see the dash cam footage. It's like the in the really bad made-for-TV Knight Rider movie where the car is like, oh yeah, I saw the deer in the road. The deer would not have damaged the car, so I didn't care. It's like, oh, it's like that Waymo, is it?
By helping them, we also help ourselves.
And Waymo
So no,
is getting more
don't
popular.
think we're
It's
okay.
expanding to more areas. But one thing that they may not have thought all the way through is that more and more of these cars on the road means more and more competition for the chargers. So what do? And they have a way of dealing with that, but people don't
It's like
like
Lone
it.
Star Tick
Waymo
Country.
has a charging problem. Not really. This article is a lot of words to basically say that there's a charging
I was
station that was
spacing
next to
out
a
looking at the
residential
plants.
apartment block, and apparently these things beep really loud when they're backing up.
Yeah,
And the gate.
like,
on
how
the
big are
facility
you?
where
Those
the-
look like
the
blades
cars
of grass.
charge is also really loud and clanky.
Are you
And
are
so
you
these
tiny?
cars going in and out
pretty
at, like,
Then
years
there's-
Warren
then
Warren
there's
was driving
trees.
all the residents insane.
It's just easier.
Hold
Now,
still next to that.
Santa
That
Monica,
looks like a.
California, have ordered us to halt overnight charging because of this. Waymo's response was, "You need to look at that contract. You don't get to tell us that," and they're apparently just going to continue doing it.
Could
You
at
see
least mute the
serrations
backup
on the leaf
beeping,
edges.
you know, after hours or something. I think the people would be
Like
fine
an
with
oak
this
texture
if
to
it
the
wasn't
wood.
for the flashing lights and
Those
the
aren't
beeping
oak
and the,
leaves.
and the clank, clank, clank.
I was thinking maybe it's an ash
But you
tree.
need a gate, otherwise people are going to go in there and attack the Waymos.
Yeah, it is. I mean, maybe an armed guard instead of the gate. That was
Give
Could be
somebody
an
a job.
elm,
yeah.
but it didn't
Let's
have.
have a charging attendant to just manage the whole thing. Right?
I mean, I
Elms
hate
don't
to say
have
it, but an armed guard, you know, an
leaves
armed guard
like
that was
that.
responding in force
They have
with any
tiny
kind
ones.
of threats
Just a
would have
structure.
a knock-on effect in terms
Which
of
they
reducing the
exit.
badness in that area.
How about an armed humanoid robot?
Might make the Kit Kat mistake.
And these guys are going to make a lot of Kit Kat mistakes, except it ain't going to be Kit Kat. It's going to be humans.
I wanted
The
them
St.
vines
Colin
growing
Middle
up.
East
I want to
Drone
see a
Task
vine.
Force boosted by the Pentagon. Unlike human beings, these will not ask questions about should we
Like
have sent
liminal
that second
space
strike
land.
or not?
These are suicide
Vines
drones,
up
or
ahead.
as they call them, one-way drones. Makes it sound a lot better, right?
There's that George Carlin thing again.
And these are based on the Iranian Shaheed drone.
Oh, of course they are.
And it's basically a
Ooh,
copy.
yeah,
of
catch
it.
a fish too.
But
See
$35,000
what
a
they look
copy.
like.
That seems like a lot.
That's a lot of money.
I'm pretty sure the people in Ukraine are doing it for like $600.
Yeah. Well, these are not quite the same kind of drones. These are like the fixed wing. And it has to be launched from a vehicle or have some runway. But they're going to make a lot of them. And
Okay, let me see.
let me sort of this one is another Waymo story. And this, I think we already talked about
Ooh,
this
very
one, but
passion flower,
after
don't
the
they?
stories that we talked about, the government stepped in and were like, "Oh yeah, we better look into
Purple.
this. This is a really
Purple
tragic
passion
headline,
flowery.
just waiting to
Not
happen."
'cause it's
The
purple.
Reuters
but-
headline is the U.S.'s probe reports Waymo's self-driving cars illegally passed school buses 19 times in Texas. So, you know, traffic highway safety are looking for the footage from these cars to say, what was Waymo doing?
I mean, there are lights on the top and bottom of the school bus. There are lights on
Good.
the
Can you
stop
go in on
sign
the moss?
that swings out. Like you cannot miss it.
Or are you running
And
from
yet the
somebody?
Waymos. But a lot of people do that too.
Where's the moss?
But
Behind you.
that's a hell of a gamble because
On that big thing.
kids can cross
Yeah.
in front of there, and you're going away for a long time. Unlike the people who've been arrested 72 times, they will never let you out.
Guess they figured they didn't have to do too
That's
much
a bad
detail
PR
there.
story.
It is really insane
No way
that
to
it's like
tell.
you're more likely to be let out of
What it
prison if
looks
you're
like.
so destitute that there's nothing they can get from you. And it's like, oh yes, go out and cause more chaos for society. It's like, what?
This is the place
Versus
that
like the
weapons
guy in
trade was
Tennessee
talking
posted
about.
the meme.
I'm picking up hostile machine
And
life
people with
forms.
nothing to lose literally don't care. You
About
know,
the
hey,
rocks.
Put me in there. It's warm in there. You give me food.
Oh, you're running.
And the artists are fighting back against this age of AI and the people who are subjecting us to
people
it.
after
And
you.
boy, these are creepy.
Call off the robot dogs. The billionaires are mercilessly mocked in art exhibit. You've probably seen the meme of this floating around, but this gives you the context in the art exhibit. This is amazing. So these have all been sold to private collectors for a bunch of money, and you could also buy the photographic
good detail.
excrement from the robot dogs. But
Not much
yeah,
variation
it's just,
though.
This is an art
It's the
exhibit.
same
It's also,
same
like,
plants
it's
that they
actually
made over and over again.
That was perfectly timed because when I switched over there, you can see who got a Polaroid. It's Zuckerberg, Bezos, who else? A couple of other guys. Musk, and Picasso. Not sure what's his part. And the masks are really creepy and well done too. Oh, did I
I guess that's reforested city.
miss Krista's story?
When civilization leaves,
We can do that one last.
you only have a handful of plants that take root and spread.
Moving on to nonsense. Here's a health alert for those
Around
of
here,
you
it'd probably be the
with
coneflower.
forward thinking.
The Los Angeles Times article is tattoo ink has been linked to weakening your immune system
Mexican hat
because the
coneflower.
body disperses the ink throughout your system, and apparently your immune system doesn't
Kudzu.
really exactly know what to do with that, and
But one big caveat here: in mice. We actually have a stuff too. So they tattooed some mice. How hilarious if it's your job to tattoo them. I guess a robot could do it. That doesn't have to be pretty. It's a barcode.
So maybe just get a small tattoo. Don't go for the full sleeve.
Or none at all. I mean, in the modern day, they said like 30-some% of people
Of course,
have
there's
tattoos,
boars.
and 22% have multiple tattoos.
He mentioned it, so now
It's a pretty big
you're
number.
gonna have boars after
It's
your
not,
ass.
You're not the snowflake you think you are from getting a tattoo. It's actually pretty common. But this man is unique. He had a hell of an idea, and I saw there was an update to this.
Yeah.
They got it.
They got it. Man charged with theft over claims and confirmation now that he swallowed a $19,000 Fabergé egg. I was looking at that and thinking, wait a minute. Yes, that is a Fabergé egg that was inspired by the 1938 Bond film.
38?
38, wasn't it? 1938?
They weren't making 83.
83. Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, Octopussy. This is the Octopussy. Now, would you buy it now, knowing that it's been filled with poop?
I mean,
I wouldn't buy it anyway.
it would be nice to get a
Well, he
a
wouldn't have
certificate
swallowed
of
the egg in
professional
2 parts.
opinion from the jeweler. Like if you got that, maybe that would be part of that, make it more valuable. I don't know.
That's a weird Venn diagram. Like, I'm way into James Bond, but also Fabergé eggs.
I would also wonder what the melt value is. Does
What?
there have to be enough of a delta between the melt
There's
value?
diamonds and gemstones in there, so you
Yeah.
know, okay.
No,
No
it's
Saint
the
Joseph
paint and the
survived.
detail.
We know the story about diamonds. And we know the story of Franklin the Turtle. Actually, I don't.
Ceramic.
Did we have Franklin when we were in school? I think he's more of a recent thing. However, he's been used in what some say is a tasteless way.
Pete Hegseth's use of the Canadian character Franklin the Turtle in a post about bow strikes prompts anger and mockery from the author. Franklin targets narcotics. We don't even know that they were. They might have just been.
He's so happy.
They were definitely. Well, I mean, we don't know, but were they drug runners? Yeah, maybe. But a lot of those folks are low-level functionaries.
Those don't look friendly.
You know, what was the name of the brothers
They look
in,
like little voodoo dolls.
in Breaking Bad? It's like the badass twin guys that were just insane. Those are not the guys driving the trucks.
Also, this I guess that's an RPG, right? There would be backblast going into the helicopter.
Yeah,
that's not safe at all, Franklin. A couple of people posted
That's a pretty
some
good
memes.
moose.
You know, like.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's not legal. Who can say?
What are
And
moose
No
young
Tax
called?
on Tips has one big caveat, and that is adult content.
Are they calf?
Apparently,
Like
if you
elk?
get- If you get a tip on adult content, you can't have it. But
Probably
the
not.
problem is, on certain places on the internet, you don't necessarily have to make adult content. Like, you could, but you could also just do regular content, and some people do. How do you tell who gets the tax break?
The IRS is going to watch OnlyFans content in the no tax on tips dispute.
You play a game like
to
this?
determine where that threshold is exactly. If you have OnlyFans content that's not that kind of content,
I really,
then perhaps
yeah.
you would be eligible for the $25,000
I
no
just don't
tax
feel
on
like
tip
playing anymore
deduction.
tonight.
What a great use of time for our IRS employees.
I wonder, why is Amazon not marketing that on Twitch? Just be like, oh, look at this. You get an instant, easy tax write-off.
Well, there might be to the creators. And China, in fact, most of Asia seems to be experiencing a terrible, terrible demographic bomb in that people are just not
It's nice that
having
they just
kids.
disappeared. You don't have to
Because maybe you don't want to have kids in a dystopia.
deal with them.
Hey, who could have thought
In
about
the
that?
way.
But that's not what they're thinking about. They're thinking about trying to change it in other ways.
China's going to add tax to condoms as it works to boost birth rates and other contraceptives.
I'm done for the night
Please
too.
have children.
All right. It was fun.
This is maybe less distasteful
gonna be Good
than what's
Friday.
happening here in America, but
See y'all
yeah, I don't know.
It's 13%.
later.
Now, condoms aren't super
At
expensive.
11:30.
Maybe in China,
We'll do
I
an
kinda doubt
AMA.
it. But
Have your
13%,
questions
like
ready.
You're there and you've got it in your hand and you're like, 13%? Nah. Like, come on, what's that gonna do?
Or is there gonna be knock-on effects? Like, you know, it's like, oh, well, I'll just reuse this, and it's just like, ugh.